Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another episode of Dragon Age Origins. So, out of curiosity, and I feel like I have bitched about this in the past, but have you guys ever heard of something known as a Let's Play curse? It's a concept to some, and to others in actuality, it is a reality of something that really does happen. Now, basically, it's the premise of anytime you do anything recording-wise, something will go wrong, no matter what the case is. I look at when I first started doing this game on my new computer as my best example. And don't get me wrong, this did happen on my older computer as well. But I've never had it happen to me to the extent that it happened this time. So this next part that I'm doing, I've waited a couple of days. I've tried to complete this the past little bit, and I did. But I was one problem after another. The first time, this game straight up, the audio wouldn't work, which I figured out the reason for. Which I don't quite understand the reasoning of, but I guess that works too. What happened was, the headset I'm using, in case you're wondering, it's a headset with a mic on it. It is known as the Razer Kraken 7.1 headset. And it's a good headset. You know, I don't mind it. It does me good. But it had this weird thing there for a little while. Also, I'm doing this fight so horribly. Let's see if I can fix this up a little bit. Yeah, no, it's a good mic, good everything else. I mean, the mic obviously isn't the best. I'm tempted to get a new mic, but that costs money, and I'm trying to save up for college and whatnot. So these are things I will save up for and take as they come. But anyway, yeah, not a bad headset. It's having a weird thing right now where every single time I go to record anything, recording anything in the sense of do like videos, recording anything really at all, something's gonna go wrong. So, or whenever I bring up a game of any sorts, I don't actually know what I was talking about before the loading screen. Games in general, they seem to, like, the first time launching or whatever, and this happened with Minecraft. I figured this was why Minecraft had no audio. My headset would just mute it, and it has a separate control panel. So that was a pain. Anyway, we've reached Dusty Town. If you remember in our last quest here, we were told to speak to the Lord of the Assembly. So, here we are, the Lord's Trust. We have a second task. We were supposed to put a stop to Jervy and her Carta. So Lord Harmount wants us to put a stop to Jervy and her criminal Carta. No one knows where Jervy's hideout is, but you should be able to find clues as to her whereabouts in Dust Town. And lo and behold, we're in Dust Town at the moment. I'll hold my story until we get done this part, but looking around, usually people with colored names are the ones who you wish to speak with. And here, not colored names, I'm sorry, but just names in general. So for example, beggar, rebel, idle dwarf, beggar, nothing. But here we have Nadazda. So, Nadazda, what's up?
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple.
And what exactly you give me in exchange?
What are you looking for?
Do you know of a woman named Jervia?
Know her. I used to run with her. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both legs bearing swords for her.
Where can I find her?
Won't be easy. She's gotten real careful since Barat died. Real paranoid. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. She scratches some mark into them so she'll know they came from her. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never know it was there.
Great. Well, where do I find one of these tokens?
Can't help you there, Selrocka. The Carta members keep them real tight. But that's worth something, right? Maybe just a little.
Yeah, sure. Here's 5 for the road.
I'll think of you when I go to bed with a full stomach.
Oh, now if you have a dirty mind like I do, and someone's telling you they're gonna go to bed with a full stomach, and they're gonna, they're gonna bed with a mouthful, and they're gonna have you on your mind, or have you on their mind. It's not food you're thinking about. Anyway, we get information to look for this place. Here we have a suspicious door. We don't quite have a fingerbone token though, so we can't quite get into it. Here, however, we have a door called the Slums House. So let's have a look.
Well, look what we have here. Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
Okay, I have to point out something. Now, I heard about this in high school. There was an adult video of sorts, and I counted this out the last time because I tried to record this 2 other times, both of them failed. But I want to point something out here. I have seen enough explicit videos in my life, and I have heard rumors of one by the name, I don't remember the name exactly, you can go hunting if you wish, but I wouldn't suggest it. It involves Snow White and 7 dwarves. And if we take a quick little count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. That girl out there is talking about a mouthful. Yeah, I'm getting some suspicions about Orzammar, and I don't like those suspicions. Either way, we have a bunch of thugs here, and we have a thug leader. Really, I'm going to just focus on the thug leader. I don't believe anyone else really has anything else we need to take care of, so on to the thug leader, let's go for it. Now, I almost stopped talking there, and then I realized I kind of have to talk for the sake of videos. So my stats here, my basic plan of attack here is riposte to stun, do other things I can stun, and just deal a lot of damage quickly. Being the type of class that I am, mainly just skills that I can just quickly take people out with. Here we have below the belt. That's that.
Sorry ancestors. What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. Sweet bloody stone, look at them all.
Yeah? Tell me how to find Javier, or you'll join them.
The base is below the city. You can get to it through the wall of the 3rd house on this row. Put this token through the slot, and it'll open. Will you let me go now?
Yeah, sure. And, you won't want to be at Javier's when I get there.
Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person. How do they say it? The ancestors have shown their favor. Bless you.
Cheers, mate. So the rest of them all run away, and that is that. On these bodies, I don't believe that there's particularly anything of interest. Back here we have a door with a chest, but nothing too much of interest. I mean, we have a vase and or a vase and a longsword. Nothing that we really need. The only one that would really use the longsword would have been Alistair, but he doesn't really need that, so that's okay. Anyway, we ended up getting a fingerbone token. I don't quite know if it was actually pointed out in that fight, but here we have a suspicious door, so let's have a look.
It is begun.
This door appears to be made of solid stone. There are no visible means of opening it. On closer inspection, there was a small slot concealed in a fold of the stone, just big enough for a finger. I want to point out, if I want to look through the slot, there's things in bathrooms where you look through a slot. You don't want to do that. That's just a no-no. Anytime you see a slot, you can fit something in that's just big enough for a finger, don't do it. I'm going to put my fingerbone token in the slot, which still doesn't sound quite right, and see what happens. The door unlocks. Inwards. Okay, so I am moving the wrong way. So we're back. We're in these kind of hideout, which is just kind of this little dungeon kind of area. Nothing quite of interest to point out, but in here, however, some things are. We have a carte de dorman down here. Let's see what he has to say.
What's the password?
Javier sucks at eggs.
Looks like we have a martyr, boys.
Okay, now we have another fight. And screaming, that goes right into my pause menu. So, I've learned not to use dual striking. Dual striking is not quite what I want to do, but I do want to, however, use flurry. I want to use some riposte, whatever. Use everything I can. Try to just get the damage right on the doorman first. Colored enemies, usually the head guys you want to take out first. The rest of them, relatively easy to take out. I'm also forgetting which button it is to fight. Right click, okay. I was playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition lately, and it's a left click to attack. So, not important. Doesn't matter. Maybe let's play for another time? I have no idea. I had an introduction
As you say.
planned out using Dragon Age Inquisition, but I just had so many recording problems, and like I said, I tried to record this twice in a row. Both of those times ended up recording. I'm not even gonna bother doing it. I'm gonna just disarm this trap and see how far we can get in here, hopefully without any problems. So the enemies in here, nothing to really note. Nothing special, there's just a lot of dwarves. There's other places in here where we'll find some stronger enemies, but this whole area so far doesn't seem to be too bad. I'm sure that if I ever get to Javier, it'll be a lot more painful. Also, look at these guys. They are little Alistair wannabes. They're like miniature Alistairs, unless that's offensive. if that is offensive to you and you are of... I'm not even going to say anything else. They're just mini Alistairs and Alistair wannabes, and I just got an upskirt of one. Oh. So, here we have some good stuff. For example, this is Journeyman, Cold Iron, Rune. My inventory is mostly full, although I don't really deal with poison. Not poison. I don't deal with poison that much, so that'll go. I don't really deal with that character, so that can go. I don't need a silver ring. You know, oh, I need health, though. Most of these items I'm looking at, not of real big importance. So, anyway, I should ask, how have you guys been? How are the kids? I'm not entirely sure what to talk about in this hideout. There's just a lot of enemies, and that is certainly not a, that's certainly not a little guy, is it? I'm going to try to get him in the back. If I focus on his back, shouldn't be a big deal. He is a Quinari, which are obviously bigger guys. I think we actually ended up recruiting one earlier in the game and back in the beginning. I really should look at my Let's Play of this so I can get a brief understanding of what's going on again. But, you know, for the most part, I have a vague understanding. I should mention, one of my biggest concerns is that I'm not going to be able to get to the end of the game because of how much glitches I had to do, because of all the failed attempts at recording that had happened. So, chances are I may not be able to get to the end. I may have to replay it all, hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping this will be like a one and done kind of thing. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying recording this. It's taken me a little bit longer. Did not expect such a long playthrough. Perhaps I should look into shorter games for my next playthrough, whatever the case is. It's fair to say a lot of things have happened since this game started. As an example, I finished high school in the process of this game. I work full-time now. Obviously working full-time doesn't allow me to have as much free time. Obviously my time's usually with the girlfriend or work, and the other time I'm usually spent sleeping or trying to relax and play Call of Duty, whatever the case is. But I mean, I'm trying to get my bearings back here. I haven't recorded, like I mentioned, like obviously I don't really record as often as I could or should, and I feel really bad about that. Recording feels really good. I may end up just recording 2 episodes in a row. I haven't quite decided yet, but recording certainly does feel good, and I certainly miss it. I miss playing this game, I miss talking. In retrospect, I sort of show signs of a psychopath, just talking to myself for hours upon hours a day, but that's okay. Also, in these chests, nothing really of note. Main reason I'm doing it is for the experience. Some of these items I'm sure I'll skip over because I'm just briefly looking at what I can pick up, but that's not a big deal. I'm also, for whatever reason, looking to fight everything in here. Don't ask me why. Not a very smart idea. Good for experience, but whatever. It's not a huge thing. So, I think that is a mage back there. Elven mercenary? Maybe it's a mage. Maybe just feeling it's Quinari a little bit. Not a big deal, get it below the belt. I don't really know why I'm trying to talk like I'm guiding you guys through this, like with a walkthrough. I'm horrible at the fighting system. I'm a little bit better in Inquisition. Inquisition, I'm doing a lot of stealth, I'm doing a lot of that kind of stuff. It's working out pretty well. I quite enjoy it. But, I'm getting used to the rogue in this game. I was being a rogue, obviously, in Inquisition. And it looks like Morgan leveled up, and Quinari lost his head. You get the point. This area, nothing too major. Here we have some costume rings. Don't quite know what those are for, but I can take them all without a problem, so I will do just that. Again, more items we don't need. Quinari has a Quinari sword, which is a great sword. Not quite how I was building Alistair. I believe it's a sword and a shield, so I'll leave him be just like that for now. I remember building a two-handed warrior. I don't quite remember how it went, though, so we'll have to look into that another time. Anyway, we're almost at the point where I finished up last time. I'll see if I can record for a little bit longer, see what happens. So, in this room, nothing super big to note, just a lot of Alistair clones, miniature sized. It's like in Fallout, like Alistair bobbleheads is how I see these guys. I also should level up Morgan, looking up in the corner, as I'm taking off heads. Yeah, so I've missed doing this a lot. I don't know if I have any interesting stories I could tell. Because of my job, I'm talking to people a lot more. So, talking with this isn't so odd. Even though I was away for a long time, I'm still talking on a headset all day anyway. which I suppose is alright. One of the reasons why I'm recording as well, in case you're curious, because I obviously don't record like I used to, is I was watching one of my favorite Let's Players. I have a couple of favorite Let's Players, one of which being Seamus, SSOHBKC, Chugga Conroy, a couple other guys like that. Obviously, I've been checking up my good friends Tony and Jason. Almost forgot your name there. Not embarrassing at all. If you're listening, Jason. No, seriously though, I've just been checking up on things, been doing my life, living my life as it is. You know, I'm becoming an adult slowly but surely. I'm still a little bit young, but I feel like that's okay. God damn it, why are there steel weapons here? Whatever. I don't know. Here we have a prison. I mean, whatever, it's a prison.
As you say.
Oh, never mind. It's over here. Don't mind me. I'm stunned. Anyway, through this metal door should be a prison.
It's a trap.
And that's a trap. Okay, let's just disarm that. Oh, I also ordered some new stuff for my computer, which I don't remember if I mentioned this in a previous video or not. God damn it, as soon as I'm about to level up. I ordered some stuff in a previous video. Here we just have some characters and the jailers. I ordered some extra stuff for my computer, which I should mention in my Minecraft video. Because I was talking so fast and getting all mixed up, there were some things I said that I didn't quite mean. I said them in ways that I shouldn't have said them. I think that the way I mentioned how I built my computer, I think I said don't ever do it, which was completely taken out of context. I was just so mixed up with all of my words. What I meant was, simply put, if you're going to build your first computer, I wouldn't suggest buying premium parts. Buy some things that, you know, aren't the most expensive. Obviously, you can go with the most expensive gear if you'd like. I mean, raw specs on my computer, just off the top of my head, I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM. I got an i5 4690K hard drive, which a guy at work, if you're watching, hello, sort of thought that was a bad idea on my part to get that, because it's an i5 and how i5s are almost, if not already, outdated. But it's whatever, honestly. Anyway, talk in a second.
It's been so long. My friend didn't make it. Just stopped eating one day, and all for a stupid bit.
Goodbye then, right into where I fought all the other enemies. Yeah, so he doesn't think it was the best idea per se to get an i5, but with my budget, I mean, I get everything for a great price. Everything was fantastic. I'm not going to bother saying the price because I don't want anyone to think I'm bloating or whatever, but, you know, I love this computer. This thing's a beast. It handles everything perfectly. The graphics card's a GTX 970, which I should mention has received a lot of flack as of recent for really stupid reasons. Everyone's like, oh my god, the 970 is horrible, that sucks, whatever else. It really doesn't, though. This thing will handle, like, anything I throw at it. I understand the video recently got outed for having an issue, because it's a 4 gigabyte graphics card, and obviously, oh my god, the goddamn face. Obviously, if you don't know necessarily so much about computers, this may be incredibly boring, but to make a very quick story quicker, oh god, what do I get? I'd get crippled because I've never had it on all 3 times I tried doing this. Okay, hello sir. So, this graphics card is a 4 gigabyte graphics card, and obviously graphics memory, different than your memory that's on your computer, the 8 gigabytes I have there. And it's used to handle things for games, for example. Mods are one thing. Mods will use up a certain amount of RAM, VRAM as it's called, video RAM. And I'm talking about this like I know everything. And I don't, so if I make mistakes, don't yell at me. I'm just speaking from my point of understanding. Video RAM is what depicts, essentially, how much graphics, as an example, you can see on your screen. Things such as... I don't know if graphics on your screen was the right way to word that. But like if I was playing Skyrim and I'm loading up all the high-definition mods, if I'm playing Minecraft and I've got the shader mods, those will all take up a little bit of video RAM depending on the mod, because it's just how it is. So, that's that. A lot of people, so with the 980 and the 970, there's like a $400 price difference. for like a 12% increase in performance, and people are going, what's going on? And what they're noticing is that the 970 doesn't actually have the amount of RAM that it should, quote unquote. What it has, instead of having 4 gigabytes, it's like 3.5, and then the last 500 megabytes, like the 0.5 gigabytes that it has remaining, it runs at something like a fourth of the speed or something. I may have read that wrong, but I honestly don't see that as being a giant thing, like a giant problem. People say like, oh, 4 gigabytes gets taken up so easily, and then it hinders your performance, and whatever else. Would you like to look at Dragon Age Inquisition as an example? And mind you, I don't have the 4 times super sampling on, but I got 2 times super sampling on with everything else maxed out. I'm getting 60 to 80 frames depending on which map I'm on. Obviously, the hardest performance hit being the heavily wooded areas, which I was going to show you in the recording before I changed my mind. No, oh god, am I stuck in this pose? No. Okay. 4 gigabytes. No, I may just not be modding as heavy as I should be, but
Very well.
4 gigabytes, if that does get taken up by anything, as there's obviously some games I haven't played, but I mean, I'm running Skyrim with like a 2K texture pack, which makes everything like 2 times better as far as graphics are concerned. I worded that horribly, but it makes everything like twice as good as far as textures are concerned, and then certain things will have more textures. So you look at the water. I mean, I have different water mods, and everything else like that takes up video RAM. I even have an E&B running there in the background. It asks me how much my computer has, and you know, I put in 4 gigabytes and it does its thing, but I'm still getting more than 60 frames per second. You know, at the very lowest, I'm getting 50. And now, mind you, I'm only on a 1080p monitor, but I feel like if you're using 2 monitors or you're going at 1440p, this graphics card probably could still run 1440p without any problems. I don't know. I'm ranting. Point is, a lot of people give this graphics card too much flack. It's a fantastic card. I can run pretty much every game I've ever tried, and I have about 50 or so odd because of Humble Bundle sales and summer sales and winter sales and so on Steam. Even somewhat newer ones, you know, Battlefield 4, which I guess is relatively new, Advanced Warfare, which doesn't take too much video RAM. It doesn't take too much of anything, so I shouldn't really count it. But the point of it being, it's not as bad as people say. I'm going to stop ranting about that. I'm about 22 minutes into this. I'm going to see if I can go up to maybe 25 or 30. Recording this 1080p 60 frames per second might take me about a half an hour. Not a big deal. I'll go play my Wii U while it's doing that. Play some Super Smash Brothers, or hell, even Kirby if I feel like it. Why the hell not? Or even Golden Sun. Not the point. I feel like I'm going to record again. Probably tomorrow after work. Tomorrow I'm getting a new Ethernet cable, Cat 6, because at the moment I'm daisy chaining off my laptop. What that basically means, if you're unsure, I don't even know if that's the proper term or not, but basically what it means is that I'm using my laptop as a router, so where I'm paying so much for 50 down, 30 up, or no, not 50 down, 70 down, 30 up internet, in my room I'm getting about 15 to 20 down, 30 at the most, and then 5 up or so. It's obviously not the best situation I could have. Perfectly okay with me. Not a big deal. You know, uploading takes a little bit longer because I'm not using, like, because of the way that I'm rendering it out, I'm not quite using something that's easily processed, like YouTube likes. But in my opinion, it...
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
The short story, I met Duncan and he liked me.
Ah, you are keeping this tale to yourself, I see. Fair enough. Forgive me for prying.
I feel like a dick. Well, I mean, I suppose I could tell you.
I am interested to hear.
Duncan took me in from the alien age and saved me from prison.
Ah, I see. Do you mind if I ask what you did?
Curious, aren't you, Win? Well, this doesn't look good for me. I either killed the Earl's son for hurting my friends and family, or a nobleman kidnapped my bride and I killed many to free her. I feel like either one I will be, hated. You know what, I'm gonna tell the truth. Very simply, a nobleman kidnapped my bride and I killed many to free her.
I'm speechless. ceases to amaze me whenever I hear of such despicable acts.
Well, oh god, I'm clearly an asshole. I haven't seen these because I haven't accidentally clicked on her yet. Also, can I point out the old face with like the 20-year-old body? God, that's strange. I don't know how I feel. I'm a little bit conflicted right now. I mean, it wasn't all that bad. We survived.
Regardless of what happened in your past, I am glad you found a place with the Wardens, as I'm sure you are too.
You know, I just hope I can show the strength Duncan saw in me.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Okay, after that was uncomfortable because I accidentally clicked on the wrong button. Not a big deal.
Very well.
I don't remember what I was talking about. Nope. Don't remember what I was talking about.
It is begun.
That caught me really off guard. Point of the matter is, I'm quite excited to record again after this. I'm probably going to record tomorrow night. My graphics card is great. I think I was actually talking about my rendering settings. If that was the case, the rendering settings I'm using, I'm mainly only using them because... Oh god, you know what? I'm not even going to go any more side passages. Let's go right to where I'm going. The rendering settings I use, they're not the easiest to upload with, but in my opinion, they're the ones that look the best. When I tried to record, I don't even remember, there's I'm using Sony Vegas to render out, so, you know, certain ways to render it, record, and so on. The way that I'm recording at the moment, it doesn't quite process that fast in YouTube, so you might see it in like 240p for much longer, but it also doesn't have the jittering, stuttering problem that I find my videos did in the past with my other rendering settings, so I'm still figuring out what's going on there. Perhaps I have to get a new version of my Sony Vegas, or whatever the case is, but I don't know, really. Can I fall down there? Nope. I don't know, I'm still finding out good recording settings, so my videos might always look different up until I find something that is good. But I feel like what I'm using right now is good for the time being, and it shouldn't cause me any problems. What is up with all these tame animals? It's making me nervous. So anyway, just trying out different recording settings, obviously. I want to make sure that I have the best quality. This is a hobby for me, and I know people like to spend a lot of money on their hobbies. I just want to make sure I bring out the best content and do what I enjoy, and I enjoy rendering. I record, you know, a lot, and I enjoy recording as much as I do. Where am I supposed to go? Guessing over this direction. Would you assume correctly? I assume. So yeah, I enjoy recording. I think it's all a good time. Anyway, oh god. Whenever it autosaves, it's a problem. Well, I was tempted to give you guys a cliffhanger. How about I don't? I'm not the biggest fan of old episodes like I have been, but you guys have waited a little bit longer to see this, so let's run on in here and see what happens.
As you say.
So, Harrowmont finally realized we're taking the city, yet he still can't be bothered to send his own men. Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king, as long as there's a queen.
You're awfully cocky for someone whose entire Carta's dead.
You'll pay for their deaths 100 times over. Kill them! But leave the mouthy one alive. I have plans for him.
I don't know if I should be turned on at the moment. How would I just work on killing these guys and think about my feelings and my emotions later? So, backstabbing an assassin I feel like is a very contradicting term. Because we're assassins. Anyway. I'm also trying to figure out other ways to record. It's to my understanding a lot of people don't end up liking Shadowplay. One of the reasons, I suppose, which is a perfectly legitimate reason, is because Shadowplay doesn't actually split the audio. Hey look, it's Javier. Can I stun her? I don't think I can. Can I stun you? Nope. Oh, I can! But not for very long. I'm not gonna run through that trap. Oh god, there's so many guys. Stabbity stab stab. Yes, so, I don't even know. I keep on losing my train of thought. I want to record more often. I want to stop getting backstabbed by these guys. Awfully rude. Kick you below the belt. And I haven't used Shadow yet, have I? Is that dual striking? Cool. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like recording a lot more. I miss it a lot. I keep on getting caught off guard a lot, which sucks, because I don't want that to happen. I just miss doing all this. What the hell? So many traps. Don't worry, Win. Fucking goddamn it. Is everything trapped in here? Okay, get up. Let's have a go. Where the hell did she... Is she dead? She is. What the... Oh my god. Alright, I think all the traps are gone. Okay.
Very well.
She already had some good weapons and good equipment on her. Oh man, they're better than what I have on me? Is there athletic on it? No. But the boots, they're okay. I understand. Is the helmet better? It's the same. Let's get the, well, I'm gonna declare some inventory space. Well, let's start with the armor. So I don't need these studded leather gloves, I don't need these leather boots, I don't need this leather armor. Wait, do I? No, I don't. Okay, I was making sure. I was like, wait. That's no big deal. Okay, that's all good there. Let's check out my inventory. Let's equip these athletic... Oh god, I'm gonna look like a tool, aren't I? I am afraid. So... What are the benefits of these? Oh, okay. So they have a little bit of benefit. Anyway, let's see what else these guys have. Alright, the number one thing I always look forward to is recording. The number one thing I'm always least looking forward to is the rendering. I had to figure out a way to record on a virtual network. Not a virtual network, but like... I don't know. Record using my... Oh, I think I was talking about Shadowplay. Okay, one thing at a time. One topic at a time. Problem with Shadowplay is that it can't split the audio. So, what you're hearing right now, I'm recording using my Windows recorder, because I'm a champ like that. 9.10. What is Alistair's? Anyways, that's how I'm gonna... Okay, that's the way that I'm splitting the audio is using my Windows sound recorder to do that, because that's a lot better than otherwise doing it.
I shall do it.
There is a problem with not having audio split in the sense that everything gets all messed up sound-wise, but not a big deal.
As you say.
So what's over here, and where can I go from here? Perfect, out of here. So yeah, I'm just kind of taking this one step at a time, kind of easing my way back into the recording scene. Where the hell am I at? Am I in someone's house?
God! By all the beards of my ancestors! How did you... Where did you come from? You made a hole in my wall!
Yeah, you should get it fixed.
It's gonna cost me a fortune, isn't it? I can't believe this. There better not be more of your troublemaking kind crawling in after you. I swear, this city is going to the criminals and the nuts.
I'm afraid to say it, because it sounds incredibly racist. But is nug a racist term? Sir?
You again. Here to buy something, or were you just thinking of wrecking another part of my shop?
Do you have a daughter named Agna?
Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface stink, and she's like a cave tick.
What?
Won't let go.
Sir? That seems extremely inappropriate. Okay, you should probably know that she left for the Circle Tower.
What? Do you even know what you've done? She's castless now. She can never marry, never work, and never be a part of this family again.
Why the fuss? I am sure the Circle Tower is full of parental figures just waiting to tell her what is best.
My daughter is dead to me now. Leave my store. You're not welcome here.
What a dick. Can I buy from you now, or...?
Get out of here. You're bad luck, you are.
Welp, that backfired. I wonder what he had for sale. Doesn't matter now. Okay. Let's run on back. With my fancy silver boots and my fancy silver gloves, I look fantastic. So this episode has been going on for a long time of me ranting. I apologize beforehand. Even though it's at the very end of the episode. Where am I going? Diamond... Is it the Diamond Quarter? I don't know. Let's go in here and see what happens. Okay. I think this is where I was supposed to go. Can I look at my stair? It's now time to return to... Okay, where is Harrimont at again? Is this... Nope, okay. I don't know where I'm going.
Grey Wardens present in
Oh, here we are.
Endorsement of Lord Harrimont of...
Okay, I believe we've made it back to the right place. I have never been to this part. I haven't done this since this game was on the Xbox years ago, so... I don't know what's gonna happen. By the way, what do you have to say, Harrimont?
I heard the news. Jarvia and Akata are dead. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect them to surrender.
You know what? I offered them mercy, but they chose to fight.
Would that some of the noble caste had such loyalty. I have no desire to go back on my word. But when Balin heard the news about Jarvia, he raised the stakes. He is forcing a vote in the next 2 days. By law, that prevents the Assembly from hearing any other pleas. To help with your troops, I will require your assistance one last time. Do you know anything of the Paragon Branca?
I've heard the name. Not really, but sure.
Branca is a paragon. The only one we have been blessed with in 4 generations. 2 years ago, she took her entire house into the deep roads on a mad quest to uncover ancient secrets. No one's heard from her since. Were she to return and endorse someone for the throne, the Assembly would be honor-bound to accept her wishes.
Here, we'll get you the throne, I'll find Branca.
My men traced Branca's disappearance to an ancient crossroads known as Caradin's Cross. It is many miles below where we normally venture, but I can provide a map to lead you there. Just enter the deep roads through the mines. Thank you again, and may the ancestors guide your steps.
We have a new quest, Anvil of the Void. We have another new quest, a Paragon of her kind, which I think we already had. We also have a level up on Alistair's part, who is going to go full strength, and who is going to finally learn the art of assault. Everybody, this episode has been one of the longest I've recorded in a very long time. The last time I can remember recording for this long, I believe, would have been the Fallout 3 ending, which I tried to record all in one sitting. Point of the matter is, it's now my stopwatch may have the wrong time, because I was very sloppy to hit the stop and the resume button during cutscenes and the loading screens, but it's been about 37 minutes. Almost 38. So everybody, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you bear through this entire video, I appreciate it. This is going to take me 1.5 years to render. I am going to throw this all into Sony Vegas, do my editing. I am going to hit render. It's now 11:17 p.m. I'm going to go play Kirby's, what does this case say? Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Or I'm going to play Super Smash Bros., whichever one I can think of first. I'm going to go brew a coffee. I will hopefully record again tomorrow night. And hopefully we'll get this game done part by part. Also, another thing I was thinking about doing before I finish this off and close this off was I was thinking about doing what I used to do, was recording long part at a time and chop it up into segments, which I may still do. I don't know yet, but for this episode it'll be the entire length, which is damn near 39 minutes. So everybody, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a good time watching, and as always, I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Ciao.